Hello again and welcome back to Illegally Sighted. This is Jesse and I am back for another low vision spotlight game video. We're taking a look at a game that I knew nothing about. I didn't even know existed until recently. Heard about it on a podcast and thought looks interesting or sounds interesting. We are looking at Nubby's Number Factory. Weird little game. Kind of reminds me of almost like a little flash game that combines Peggle with threes or Ballz, B-A-L-L-Z. Those are threes and Ballz. Those are two puzzle games that I still, to this day, play on my iPhone, and they both of them have been out for years. And you have some Peggle influence as well. And like I said, even though I say it kind of reminds me of a flash game, in this case, it's not a bad thing. You know, it's kind of got that thing of, hey, you can play it for a little while, play it for a long time, listen to an audiobook or podcast or something. And it kind of has that little addictive quality. So we have a tutorial here. We're not going to go through that right now. But we have play, we have settings, and then quit. So we don't have a lot for settings. We've got our sound effect and our music volume, full screen, key bindings, and then under advanced, oh right, background animations. So I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting that that's only the one thing under there. I can reset my save progress if I want to, but we don't. Let's just go into play. This probably won't be a long video because there's not really a whole lot else. There's not a whole lot to say about it. We have our standard game or classic mode. We have another mode here which is locked, and we have another one over here which is also locked. We'll go next. And then we have our manager, basically, our supervisor. And, you know, you're in a factory, so that's like during the tutorial, this guy was kind of telling us how to play. And I'm assuming I have not unlocked any other ones yet, but you'll probably get something with perks, you know, so you'll probably get different supervisors that may give you some perks to start with. Okay, so here's our factory. We'll click. I should also mention this is quite low vision friendly. It is also very mobility friendly because you can hold a button down and then you just move side to side and then left click. Now, one thing that they could add is they should probably add a toggle. So when I hold the right mouse button down, that brings up my aiming thing, and then if I click, I will fire. But if you're doing like for mobility, maybe you want to have a toggle for the right mouse button so that they don't have to hold that down. But otherwise, it's a very minimal, like that's it. That's all you really need. You do have to drag. There's some items up here. This is where you get perks at the top of the screen. We'll eventually unlock some of those. Now on the right hand side, we're on round 1. We have 0 right now, and our goal we need to get is 8. So basically what we have here, we have our little Nubby guy up in the upper middle where my hand is. This is our little shuffle button. We can randomly reorder the play field here. Each one of these little bubbles here, the number on them, every time the little Nubby character hits one of these, you'll get that number of points. And after they will pop after a little while. When you're shooting through your little, I'll just call it the ball, but basically Nubby, he will bounce off of anything like 2 or higher, but he will go directly through a number 1. So you have to keep that in mind. And let's see, that's really about it. So let's go ahead and right click. I need to get 8, so we're gonna put our cursor there. Okay, we got 8, no problem. Oh, right, and the other thing is on the upper right of our playfield here, next to Nubby here, we have our lives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every time you launch the ball and you don't make your goal, you will lose a life. If you get your goal, you will gain a life back. Let's say, so right now my goal is 12. If I got 24 or 36 during this round, it bounces around enough, I would actually get 2 what they call restarts or resets or whatever. And that's a way where if let's say I've lost 2 lives, if I can get a high enough score to double or triple, or in sometimes I think the highest I've got so far is like a 6x. I can get multiple lives back at once. It's hard to do, but you can do it. And that's pretty much what we got so far. So let's go ahead and play a couple more rounds, and I'm going to launch right there. Okay, you hear the psh. That is me hitting my goal. Now we need 17. I don't like that hole in the middle. Let's shuffle and see if we get anything better. Okay, let's go ahead and let's jump it over to that 2 there. Yeah, we should be safe. See, you heard that 3 times, and you see the 3 multiplier in the middle. So, even though I was already full of lives, like if I would have been lower, I could have got some lives back. So I think for this one, I'm going to try... Oh, that was a bad idea. Okay, let's shuffle. So I lost a life. Let's see if I can get a multiplier so I can... Alright, yep, see, I got my life back. And now, after so many rounds, you get a little shop. And I'm going to turn magnifier on here just to help it out a little bit. And you have little pop-ups. They're not terrible, but they're still a little hard for me to see when you are, when you're not magnified. So I have 10 coins. I could get that. Let's see, what was this one again? This was, right, for every 15 popped. Let's see, what else do we, I kind of like this one over here, I think. Let me see. First peg. Yeah, let's do that. So this one we have to drag, and then you drag it up to one of your slots. And if we have enough coinage, we can, you see we have the padlocks up here, we can expand if we have enough coinage. So we're going to say done, and our goal now is 40. So I'm going to hit this 16 on the right here. Okay, well, we made it, so we didn't lose any life. I'll hit this 4. Ooh, that was not enough. Let's shuffle here. Let's... Alright, we got that life back. So every so often now you get this sort of special round. And this means they'll have different things like, let's see, what is this one? Some of them will give you extra coins. Let's see, what is this? Let's see, this peg will pop. Let's see, I got to get it over to the right here a little bit more. This peg will pop. Highest number peg when popped will not pop. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I don't like that arrangement. Let's... shuffle. Let's go for the 16. All right, so we got 2. Let's do the 16 here again. Ooh, that wasn't enough. Poopy. Still wasn't enough. let's try a new pattern here. So now we get a little, almost a little reward, little ball thing here. And let's see what we get. We can... Nubby dies. Nubby dies. Force trigger. Let's see. If you want, yeah, let's do that one. I need to get a big score. I need lives back. I've only got 2 lives left. Alright, well. Alright, we got another shop here. What does this do? Let's see. 5 pegs popped. Selling quilt. I don't know if I've had this one before. Let's try it. Let's go for about here. Well, we gained our life back, so we have 3 here, but I need to get a big old... I need to get something big so I can get more lives back. Alright, that should be a decent start. Wow, that's still only... Okay, I think, yeah, this one is the one that gives me coins. Yeah. Okay. No, I don't like that. I don't like that layout at all. Okay, well, we're hanging out right about 3 right now. Let's punch you right there. Okay, well, we're surviving, but we're not gaining anything. Let's shoot for here. Okay. Oh, yeah, so these also come up. You get these little between round things. So now we got a claw machine. And we'll pay a couple coins here. Eeny, meeny, miny. Let's grab that one. Alright, we'll pop it. And what do we get? We get, let's see, Nubby hits wall. Pop 1 random peg. Alrighty. Yeah, that'll be fine. And I could pay more if I wanted, but we're just going to go. I don't like that layout. Let's randomize. Okay, that's maybe a little better. Okay, let's bounce off this 128 over here. Oh, that wasn't quite what I wanted, but we still met our goal. See, now we're up to 509. So we got to be very thoughtful about what we want to do here. I'm going to hit this. And I'm glad we're hitting the walls because that's giving us another perk. Okay, we got that again. Alright, so another kind of bonus round here. I kind of want to rearrange, but we'll try. Because there's not much on the left there to give us... Alright, well, we made it. 678. Blah. Let's hit this 64. And there's all kinds of different, like, perks that you can get through the shop and everything. So, like, I had one where, like, if you hit the highest, the bubble with the highest number, it would double the points of that. I've had just all kinds of different things. I'm going to rearrange that. I don't like that layout. Oh no. Yep, so you got your little fire warning. We got 1 life left. It's all or nothing now, ladies and gents, and we are done. So basically, they say in the tutorial, yeah, if you don't make it, the sun explodes and we all die. We'll do 1 more game. So we start down at 0 again. We have no perks up here. And we start down, yeah, see we got 3, okay, 20, yeah, we're up to 22 now. Oh, I didn't realize that before. So if we get the rounds, it actually, so we don't go to just 12 like we did before. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, so if we do meet our goals, they still will sort of exponentially. Okay, I get it. I'm gonna try there. Yeah, we should be good there. All right. 31. Let's shoot for this 8. Wow, okay, I still actually made that. I thought I was boned. Let's go there. Didn't make my goal. Let's shuffle. I like that a little better. Oh, that's way worse. I want to get at least a respectable. Okay, we got 1 life back. Let's see what can we get? Pigs fully pop the lowest. Yeah, I mean, I guess for now I'll just fill it up. I could have read the other ones, but I just don't want to waste time reading. Okay, so 47, we got 4 lives. Yeah, back up to 5. See, now that's good. So now we're back at full lives again. That's the ticket. That is not the ticket. Oh, that is so not the ticket. We are doing very badly. Wow. Let's suck a little more. Go from full life to jack. We're gonna lose this, man. We're just gonna... Yep, we're still on our last life. I don't like that layout. And we're dead. Okay, we can't end that pathetically. We'll try to do at least semi-respectable. I say that and then I don't make the first. Okay, we got our lives back. Good. Sometimes I feel like the way the ball bounces isn't quite the way I think that it would. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe, you know, if I'm thinking about how things worked with Peggle, but it's still neat. Okay, let's choose. Let's see, we got 9 coins. Can't afford that. What do you do? Nubby bounces. See, Nubby gives points equal to the number next to... Oh, sure, we'll try it. Okay, let's... Okay, we're full lives so far. So when I was playing this a little bit earlier, I just turned the music all the way down and I was listening to a book. So, damn, 7x. I think that's the highest I've ever gotten. I think I got 6 before. Hell yeah. Now we're talking. 144 is our goal now. Alright, well, let's hit the 16. Don't fall. Okay, wow. We got 3x on 3 goals on that one. That's not bad. Okay, let's put it on this. Oh boy. No. Okay, that was shuffle. 2 lives down. Okay, we got 1 life, so we're not gaining anything back. Nubby die. Let's do that one. Wow. You think it's going to bounce a certain way, and you're like, no, it's just going to go right down the tubes. Down to 1 life. I started out so strong. Where is that 7x now? Oh, wow. Well, again, there is skill to it, but it's also, in a way, a large game of chance. So my first game was still the best, but you did at least get to see me do a nice, really nice combo on this last round here, or this last playthrough. And then you get your stats. I didn't mention that before, but it tells you like how many power-ups you got, how many things you hit, how many launch, just all your different things. So I think there's not really that much to it, You can just play it for a few minutes, or like I said, just zone out. And I kind of wish, like I said, there's something about the way the ball bounces that I feel like, even if I feel like if I aim it this way and it bounces that way, I don't know, it just seems like it maybe doesn't bounce exactly the way that I would think it would. The other thing that I think they could do, and again, there are other modes that we haven't unlocked, so I don't know. But the thing that I liked about Peggle is, yes, you have, in this game, you have the different, like, the bubbles appear in different formations. But the thing I liked about Peggle is you weren't even on necessarily a grid. Some of them would be more grid-like, some of them would be literally, you'd have the pegs, but then you'd have the little rectangular ones that they could kind of loop on each other or form different patterns. And if you got it just right, you could just zing it in there and it would just hit all different pegs and barriers and just rack up insane points. So, like, maybe it's just something with, like, if the play field had a little bit more variety. Like I said, I know you can rearrange them with that randomize button, but, like, they're still sort of in kind of a grid. But yeah, it is what it is, and I think it was like $4 or $5 on Steam. So, you, like I said, you spend more on on your coffee, or your, practically you buy 2 sodas and it's like the same thing. So anyway, fun little time killer, fun little way to pass the time when you're doing something else, kicking back. That is Nubby's Number Factory. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. You can follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, Blue Sky at Illegally Cited, illegally-cited.com, and right here on YouTube. Until next time, I'll chat with everybody again later.